Hi everyone, my name is Sachin Bhatia. I'm head of core institutional and UK consultants at Invesco, and I'm also co-chair of the race and ethnicity workstream within the diversity project. I firstly wanted to take this opportunity as part of the Fish Out of Water series to thank everyone who's been involved in this initiative. It's been fantastic, particularly as this is our first year as the race and ethnicity workstream, and it's been a great way to really share some candid stories. I, in particular, wanted to thank Kelly and Monica for all their hard work and everyone who has participated and recorded videos. And we continue to have people volunteering to record videos. So thank you. I wanted to share my story around Fish Out of Water, but maybe not to repeat some of the other stories we heard. A lot of them resonate with me around, not being able to share stories around skiing holidays or not knowing my way around a wine list. But for me, the Fish Out of Water story is really sort of the other way around, where it's scenario where I didn't realize I was a fish out of water. So after finishing university, I participated in a number of assessment centers for different financial institutions. And I would regularly get quite far in through the various stages, but I would often get the same feedback that, there was strong feedback in terms of the analytical and the problem solving parts of the assessment, but they didn't feel like it was a good cultural fit, or there were stronger candidates. So initially, I took that as presented to me and thought, all right, there must be stronger people, or maybe I didn't display some of the right soft skills on the day in terms of being a team player, etc. So that sort of built up over time and eventually led to me sort of doubting myself. And one of the things that I started to become cognizant of, and the niggling feeling in my head was, is it because I'm quite outspoken or quite loud, or is it because actually most of the people at the assessment centers, when they're sharing about their sort of hobbies and interests, are talking about golf or traveling or going for hikes? And I'm quite passionate about music and was involved in DJing and music production at university. So in my 20s, when I was going for these assessment centers, I was still, spending a lot of my extracurricular time on that. And that would be what I would share as my sort of hobbies and interests. So I started to really doubt sort of, the way I was presenting myself, and got to a point where I was trying to adhere to the way I felt that I should be at these assessment centers, or give the sort of answers people wanted to hear. But I really had this sort of penny dropping moment that I vividly recall, which was when I went for an assessment center for a prestigious private bank. And on the day, I made sure I hit all the right marks, ticked all the boxes. I'd been to quite a few of these things by now, so I kind of knew how they worked. And it was apparent to me on the day already that, most of these things weren't very diverse at the time, but this particular one was even less diverse than I was used to seeing at some of these assessment centers, particularly the recruitment team and the interviewing team as well. It then came to the feedback, and the first bit of feedback was that I scored the highest in terms of the numeracy and problem solving. So I thought, great, this is going really well. And then the next bit of feedback was the however, or the but, that not the right cultural fit. There are stronger candidates. And at this point, I was really getting, sick of hearing this, and then really starting to push this back. So I asked for some more feedback, and there was quite a lot of back and forth between me and the recruitment and the HR team. And eventually, the sort of the candid feedback I got was that, given the nature of their business and the sort of clients they deal with, they felt that there were other candidates who were more relatable to their clients, and felt that I wouldn't be the right fit and not the right person for the job. So really, I think what they were getting at is, in hindsight, that they had at that point not that much of a diverse client base, and they weren't comfortable putting someone who looked different to their clients in front of their clients. Now, fast forward 20 odd years or so, and I don't want to sort of start getting into how old I am, but it's good to see that a lot of things have changed since then. And a lot of the work the Diversity Project and the Race and Ethnicity Network and Talk About Black, etc., are doing, trying to address some of those issues. And we're seeing more diverse candidates, more diverse teams. But, this always still sort of sticks in my head as a point where I was a fish out of water without realizing I was a fish out of water. So, yeah, that was the story I wanted to share. And again, thank you for everyone for who's been participating in this great initiative. Thanks.